This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Monday morning to you. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, and of course, Sirius XM Channel 158. It's Gil Alexander. That right there is Kelly Bidlett, everybody, alongside on this Monday morning guessing lines, Week 15 in the National Football League. How you doing?
Doing great. It's a cold one out there, Gil. Gotta be careful.
It's not cold at all, Kelly.
It's cold everywhere.
You're going to make it.
Good luck, everybody.
You're going to make it. Kelly's concerned about you and the weather. On the show today, for those who don't know the whole guessing lines process, I don't know the lines. I guess them this morning after we recap all of the games from this past Sunday. Kelly tells me what they are. Within that process, we look for value. Last week, that worked out very well, as most weeks do. Hit on Pittsburgh, hit on the Jaguars, did not hit on Washington.
Boy, Commanders. Yeah.
If you're going to lose, you might as well lose that one.
Yeah, for real. That was never even close.
And we will talk college football playoff later on the show. I got so much to say. It's nice being right. It's nice being right about it. And a plus 450 dog on Miami.
Good on you. Good on Danny. Good on everybody who hit on those Miami bets, man.
Yeah, we'll get into it later because much to be said about this. Because I know some people are just incensed, outraged. What's the word? Just beside themselves. I love that
I just
phrase.
Sit there and chuckle. I just chuckle. We talked about it last week, man. Like they telegraph the pass these days.
They telegraphed the pass, and we'll get into it because within the conversation, that there's a talking point I have about that I think that there's too many people taking literally from week to week. We'll get into it. I don't want to, get in front of that. Circus Survivors, how we start though each and every week. And boy, oh boy, you thought Thanksgiving Carnage was the end of it, huh? Nope. 34 out of the remaining 45 entries in Circus Survivor gone yesterday. Good God. So we are down to 11 left, Kelly. 11 out of 18,718 entries that started Circus Survivor 2025. That means that 99.94% are gone. And the actual intrinsic, well, I shouldn't say actual intrinsic, the intrinsic value, the implied value of each of these remaining entries, and by the way, one is on Philly tonight, I believe.
Yes.
There could be 10 after tonight. But right now, at 11 left, implied value of each. Any guesses, Kelly?
Oh, I have no idea.
Ballpark? Nothing?
What you got?
Beep, boop, 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 boop. $1.701 million. In other words, $1,701,636.36.
What was it entering this week? Do you know? Do you remember from last week?
Yes, I do. 415,000.
Oh my God! I didn't realize it jumped that much.
Oh yeah. When you get this far deep into it,
I'd be partying today. If I was still involved, I wouldn't be here today.
It's time to talk chop, I believe, if they're
right. Yes,
for those folks. But let's put it in another way. And K Florenzo has done so great, giving us sort of survivor availability stats throughout all this. He put it this way, and I think this is the correct way to put it. 10 days ago. Is that correct? Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Yeah. Well, let's say 11 days ago now. There were 900 entries left. 11 days ago. There are now 11 left. So in the last, and you could have said last night, you could have said the last 10 days.
Yeah, we still knew several people involved back then, Gil.
Remember that?
Back in the day.
We are old enough to remember that, where we knew people in this. In the last 10 days, we've lost 98.78% of the remaining 900 entries. That is insanity. And this is the year where, again, it's the highest percent. Look, they're all over 99% except for year one at this point in terms of what would be gone year after year in the 6-year history of Survivor. But this is the cream of the crop. Turned out to be with this late surge. The thing is, do we get to the end now before there's a chop? I'm going to guess there's a deal made before the end.
I think there's a deal made.
Yeah. But all it takes is one. All it takes is one person to say no.
Right, which we've seen that before.
Yes, we have.
We've seen that before. So I'm very glad you said that because you know what I'll put it at 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some holdouts that want to play it out, but I think people would be a little bit more encouraged to chop especially after seeing the past couple weeks too,
Absolutely.
right? Like,
but you know this. I say this every year. One of the people controlling the last 11 might actually be saying to themselves, "Self, I'm just better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. I did this. In fact, not only did I do this, I think my entry's better. The one that I have, my entry in terms of availability is better than everybody else's. So they can eat it. We're taking this to the end."
I think there's that factor.
Yeah.
There's the, what was his name? Sean Perry, right? Like
Sean Perry.
Like the other factor, right,
Our
is
boy.
I'm talking about, because I think I'd be in that crowd of like, hey, all of a sudden, are you holding a bunch of scared money that you'd like to maybe chop up and cash out and get out of this thing? Yeah, there's probably going to be some of those people, but there's maybe others, like a Sean Perry, that are very used to having large amounts of money on the line that are saying to themselves, why'd I enter this thing?
Sean Perry can tell you anything he wants. $1.7 million is $1.7 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But why'd I enter this thing? I entered this thing to win it, not to get to this point and chop, right?
That's all it takes is one.
All it takes
But
is
we're down to 11. Congratulations to those that control the remaining 11. We'll see if it's 10 after tonight with the Eagles and the Chargers. You have anything in the Eagles-Chargers game tonight?
I have nothing. Absolutely
Me
nothing.
neither.
Under 3, it feels... I want to say Eagles, but I think I've hit the pause button on this team, Gil, of going to back them.
As you should.
Yeah, it's just it's too much. There's too many of these teams this year. There's too much talent, and it's week after week for them to have question mark after question mark. It's just I'm tired of backing it up with money.
Massive implications. Eagles lose, then the Cowboys are like, "Oh, we're still in this." Eagles win, maybe not so much. Chargers win-loss has something to do with everybody in the wild card race in the American Football Conference. We got to get into some of these games from yesterday. What a weekend of things to talk about within these games as we try to guess some lines and look for value. Guessing lines, Week 15 in the National Football League. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. It's really nice of Missy Elliott to show up for this. LL Cool J for the crack intro.
We appreciate everybody for
a lot of help from a lot of people, and they all did it for free.
Yeah, I was going to say, taking the time out of their lives and
just
doing
big
it
fans.
for free.
Yeah.
All right, Thursday Night Football. Falcons at the Buccaneers.
Oh, boy. It's not very exciting.
No.
Atlanta loses the Seahawks yesterday. We can cut right to the second half. It was 6-6 between the Seahawks and the Falcons. Kind of a lethargic first half for the Hawks, and then it all turned around once the third quarter started. Shaheed returned the opening kickoff 100 yards to the house, 13-6 Seattle, 12 seconds in.
There he is.
And then Atlanta 3rd and 1 at the Seattle 18. Ensuing drive, Bijan hit by DeMarcus Lawrence, fumbles. Devin Witherspoon recovers. Seattle 8 plays, 88 yards. Darnold to Jackson Smith and Jigba from 8 out, 20-6 Seattle. 6:16 left third quarter. Then Atlanta 3rd and 3 at their own 42. Cousins picked by Nick Amanwari. Seattle will get it to 23-6 off that. And then 23-9 in the fourth quarter. Seattle would pile on some more. 6 plays, 60 yards. Darnold to Shaheed for 33 on 3rd and 7 at their own 38. Then, Darnold to Shaheed for 33 on 3rd and 6. Then 3 plays later to Kupp from 11 out, 30-9. With 12:13 left, Atlanta 3rd and 7 at their own 38. Cousins picked again by Witherspoon. You get the idea. Seattle set up at the Atlanta 35. 6 plays. Darnold to JSN from 4 out. 37-9. That's how it would end. A rout in a game that was tied at the half at 6 apiece.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's Atlanta as they drop to 4-9. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And all of a sudden, Kelly, this NFC South is getting tight.
Yeah.
Gold member, you're looking tight. Or did Gold member say that to Austin Powers? I can never remember.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay loses to New Orleans. This was the biggest survivor culprit yesterday. The majority was on the Bucs in Circus Survivor, and I think most survivors around the country. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, to begin the game after a Mason Tipton 54-yard kickoff return. They go 6 plays, 45 yards. Devin Neal in from 3, 7-0 Saints. First 3 minutes of the game, Tampa Bay immediately responds. 7 plays, 67 yards. Baker to Bucky Irving from 24 out. We're tied at 7 apiece, a little less than halfway through the first. Next time Tampa Bay had the ball, and this became a theme, 4th and 1 at the New Orleans 45. Bucky Irving hit for a 7-yard loss by Carl Granderson. If there was only someone on the Bucs practice squad who could help with the 4th and shorts. New Orleans would, after Charlie Smith missed his 48-yard field goal try. Next time they had the ball, 7-7 game, first play, 1st and 5 at their own 21. Tyler Shuck picked by Zion McCollum. Tampa Bay set up at the New Orleans 40. They would settle for a McLaughlin 41-yard field goal. That's a 41-yard field goal, 10-7 Bucks. 9-11 left in the second quarter. Tampa Bay, next time they had the ball, 4th and 1 at the New Orleans 49. They go for it. Tucker stuffed for no gain. If only there was someone on the practice squad. New Orleans 4th and 1 at the Tampa Bay 42. They returned the favor. Devin Neal hit for a 3-yard loss by Hassan Reddick. There's a Hassan Reddick sighting. Halftime, 10-7 Bucks. Third quarter, Tampa Bay 2nd and 1 at their own 41. Baker picked by Alontae Taylor. New Orleans set up at the Tampa Bay 47. 3 plays. Shuck in from 34. Who is this guy? 14-10 Saints, 11:27 left third quarter. Tampa Bay then goes 65 yards. Tucker in from 1. They retake the lead 17-14 halfway through the third. Then after 17-17 game-tying field goal by Smith, then third quarter after it appeared, by the way, that field goal after it appeared that they might have gotten a first on 3rd and 2 but ruled short, then penalty on 3rd down forcing the settle for the field goal. No replay assist on that. Shades of Mako was upset by that on Twitter, the arbitrary nature of replay assist, as we've talked about many times.
Oh, it's so silly.
17 apiece, Tampa Bay 4th and 2 at the New Orleans 47. Baker incomplete, intended for Godwin. Then New Orleans set up at their own 47. 5 plays, 53 yards. Shuck, this time in from 13. And the Saints lead at 24-17 with 8:26 left. Tampa Bay, from their own 40, would get it to 4th and 12 with the New Orleans 19 with 4:58 left. They decided to kick a field goal to bring it to 24-20. That was curious with 4:54 left. And then 3 plays after Baker missed Buka wide open for the touchdown. That's when they kicked the field goal. Next time they had the ball from their own 20 with 1:48 left. No timeouts left. 4 and out. 4th and 4 at their own 26. Baker to Otten for 3 ball game. We'll get to the guesses. Looking for value. Next on a numbers game right here at VSiN.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's college football tailgate show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the football contest show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Pauly on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
Coming up on the next edition of Follow the Money, we're going to recap NFL Week 14 and the college football title games. The official playoff rankings will be set. Chargers, Eagles, huge Monday night matchup. We'll break it down. Nick Whalen on the program to recap Week 14. He'll give out his best bets for Monday Night Football. Plus, Warren Sharp hops on. He'll give us his thoughts on the weekend in the NFL, and we'll get his best bet for player props on Monday Night Football. Follow the Money, 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, now on SiriusXM Channel 158. Check out the website for all of our betting tools and analysis, or get the VSiN Watch app.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
If you missed it the first time, good news. We're giving you one last chance to score an unforgettable Vegas weekend at Circa Resort and Casino. A lot of people took advantage of this, but a lot of people have not yet. Right now, the first 100 new VSiN Pro annual subscribers who sign up using promo code CIRCA will receive a free 3-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino January 2nd through the 5th, plus a day bed at Stadium Swim during the final weekend of the NFL regular season. You also save 50% off the monthly price and get a full year of VSiN Pro. That's daily best bets, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered prop tools, 24/7 video, and every betting guide from the college football playoff through next year's NFL. It's your last shot at the Circa getaway, so do not wait. Lock in your spot now at VSiN.com/Circa and use promo code CIRCA. C-I-R-C-A. Don't do an S. C-I-R-C-A. That's VSIN.com/Circa. That's how you do it right there.
There you go. It's back. What a great deal. That is an awesome deal from Circa. January 2 through 5. All right. There you go.
Day bed included.
Yeah. Figure out whatever you want to do for New Year's Eve. This is one of the best New Year's cities in the world. I'll go in the world, sure. And then you just tack on a few extra days.
Do you think someone was listening to that? They're like, okay, right. And then when I said daybed, they're like, oh, daybed, I'm in.
And man,
maybe.
Heated pools and the games are all on out there.
Did he just say daybed?
There's really not many. Like, can you think of many other places in this city that have heated outdoor pools that are open 24/7?
A lot of them are closed.
I mean, most of them are closed, yeah.
We get tweet speed in the book. Kevin Ryan, Gilkin CBS, please find Tony Romo $1 million for every time he says, you're exactly right. I'm so over his drivel. That's Kevin Ryan, not me. Mandy Davison, one survivor this week was Seattle. Thank you to the chaos. Not a bad come up before the holidays. Good on you, Manny. He won his survivor. Foos. When you go over the Cleveland-Tennessee game, can you help me understand why Cleveland went for 2 down 14? Well, I don't want to do a whole 14-8-6 discussion again, Foos, but just know that it is analytically the correct thing to do with a certain amount of time left in the game. If you can do a flow chart that will give you the percentages as to why that is the correct move. Ben Handorf, Gilly, I'm sad. In our local survivor, I'm part of a group of 4 that had 2 out of 12 entries left. I implored the other 3 members to play New Orleans and Tampa Bay double-sided to guarantee an entry. We knew that 65% would be on Tampa Bay, yet my cries were ignored and we're out. Sorry, Ben. Sorry about that, man. Judd O'Connor got this before the weekend started. Panthers to win the NFC 90-1. Judd O'Connor. Figured they'd get a West Coast team in Carolina if they can get in the dance, dreary weather with a fantastic defense and a feisty team. Man, you're doing something with that. Hoops by Hoots. Oh, boy, here we go. We'll get to college football later, but you want ready for this? Here's one. Throw this into the barrel. Hoops by Hoots. Congrats to the Bear and all the other media members who use their platforms to help ESPN push their agenda and get the ESPN-owned conference teams into the playoff. What a complete joke. Oy vey.
Oh, man. The chaos. We got the chaos. I love it.
Shrek McPhee, who's going with a new handle. Bet on Yahoo. He's going with today. No SGA, no problem. Nobody's stopping this train. Thunder might win 78, he says. 78.
Yeah, pretty big win last night with no SGA.
T. Sheldall. Toit like a tiger. Gold member said that.
Yeah.
And Robert Squarebob 2022 says not invested at all in the college football playoff. Unbiased. It sure feels like JMU and Tulane have no business being in the bracket. Are either of these teams even one of the best 20 teams in college football? 2 spots for teams that deserve to be there seems obvious. Well, Robert, but in that case, when it comes to JMU and Tulane, that is part that at least they had one rule, right, which is the 5 best conference champions. So Duke lost 5 games. They never anticipated that the ACC champ wouldn't be in there, but in this 1 year, that's how the cookie crumbled based on that rule. So that's really not a point of contention because the rule existed. And I think we all agree with you, neither of those teams has a shot in hell but to win it all. But that's just, those are based on the rules. And Bob C-137, Gil Alexander using all 12 minutes down to the second. Nice. Yes, sir. I'm going to do it again here. All right, by the way, that Thursday night football game, Kelly?
Yes, sir.
The guess for me, Atlanta at Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's got troubles. They got troubles. That was a lackluster defensive performance, and they got bullied on those 4th and 1s by the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I got them at no man's land between 3 and 7. I got them -5.5 hosting the Falcons, who are dreadful.
Yeah, 4.5 to 5.5. You are spot on, my friend.
All right, let's go to Sunday.
Sunday, early window, Browns at Bears.
Browns at Bears. Browns at the Titans. What a game this turned out to be.
A barn burner.
Barn burner.
Who's setting these totals?
Drew got this right. Tennessee plus the points. Tennessee wins it outright. Tennessee, after a Chimere DK 41-yard kickoff return, 8 plays, 53 yards, wore to Ayo Manor from 14 out, 7-0 Titans, 5 minutes in. They always take the lead. Next time they had the ball, Tennessee 3rd and 9 at the Cleveland 24. Ward picked by Devin Bush, returns at 44 yards. Cleveland set up at the Tennessee 39. Schmidt with a 38-yard field goal cuts the lead to 7-3 late first quarter. Then Tennessee, one play, Pollard, great run from 65 out. Scampers into the end zone, 14-3 Titans late first quarter. But then Cleveland, first play, Shedeur to Judkins from 58. Mostly yak. 3 plays later, Shedeur to Njoku from 1 out. 14-10 Titans. And then 2 drives later for Cleveland, 3 plays, 74 yards. Shedeur for 14 to start. 2 plays later, Shedeur to Judy for 60. Touchdown. And the Cleveland Browns leave at the half by 3. Sorry to do that, boys. Third quarter, Cleveland. 4th time they had the ball after a punt fest. 2nd and 20 at their own 45. They're up 3. Shedeur picked deep by Xavier Woods. Should never have thrown that. Playing center field. Returns at 35 yards. Tennessee set up at the Cleveland 38. 2 plays. Pollard for 6. Pollard for 32. Touchdown. 21-17. The Titans retake the lead late third quarter. Fourth quarter. Cleveland. First play. Shedeur to Dylan Sanders. Hit by Marcus Harris. Fumbles. Recovered by Cedric Gray. Tennessee set up first and goal to Cleveland 8. 3 plays. Ward to DK from 5 out. 28-17 Titans. And then after a Corey Bajorquez's punt was blocked, Tennessee set up at the Cleveland 29. We get a sly field goal to go up 2 touchdowns with 6:17 left. 31-17. These are your Tennessee Titans. Cleveland, though, led by Shedeur Sanders. 66 yards. Shedeur in from 7. 2-point try fails. 31-23 with 4:27 left. But after a Tennessee 3 and out, they get the ball back. Cleveland from their own 20 with 2:43 left. 2 timeouts of the 2-minute warning. 7 plays, 80 yards. Shedeur to Harold Fannin Jr. from 7 out. 31-29. 2-point conversion to tie it with 1:03 left. And let's just say that was ridiculous. Flushed out right. Throws it back left.
Oh, yeah.
Had no chance.
Oh, yeah.
Onside kick recovered. Ball game. Shedeur 23 of 42 for 364 for Cleveland. 364.
Yeah, man.
Oh, let the Shedeur groundswell continue. They're at Chicago.
I mean, he didn't look bad.
No, he didn't.
He didn't look terrible.
He did not. Not at all. Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears fans, let me just say something to you. In defeat, I end up gaining even more respect for you yesterday than I've had all year. Chicago loses the Packers. First half, much different from the second. First half, Green Bay from their own 11, 3rd and 19 at their own 48. Love picked by Gardner Johnson. Chicago set up at the Green Bay 36. They go back 5 yards. They have to punt. Green Bay at some point during the next drive, Tom Brady says this, Kelly, quote, "Keep that hand warm in the muff," unquote. Thought that was an interesting comment. I really know what to make of it. Punt. Next time Green Bay had the ball, 11 plays, 80 yards. Love to Watson from 23 out on 3rd and 10, 7-0 Packers, 9:19 left of the second. Later, 7-3 with 1:14 left. Green Bay electing not to use any of it. That was really weird, too. So Chicago had the ball down 7-0. Did you see this? And the Packers had all 3 timeouts left, and they just let the clock run. Yeah. Matt LaFleur was like, yeah, I'm good. Oh, let it run all the way down to 1:14 with all 3 timeouts. Guess what? Didn't end up hurting them because Green Bay, after a kickoff short in the zone, got the ball at the 40-yard line. 4 plays, 60 yards. Love to Bo Melton from 45 out behind the defense. 14-3 Packers at the half. So it was really curiously done by Matt LaFleur, just letting the time go, and yet it didn't matter.
So, I did think it was odd, Gil, but, I think that's where we're at in the NFL these days. How many times have we talked about it this year, about the not trying to save as much time?
Yeah, but that was ridiculous. We have another ridiculous example of that coming up later. Caleb, by the way, didn't have a completion until under 2 minutes of the first quarter. But the second half was completely different. Chicago, first time they had the ball after a Green Bay 3 and out. 10 plays, 64 yards. Caleb to Kmet for 26 on 1st and 10 at the Green Bay 37. Flushed out. Amazing pass by Caleb on the run. 4 plays later, Caleb to Zacchaeus from 1 out. Great sidearm dart. 2-point try. Good when Monungai seemingly was stopped, but was pushed in by his O-line. 14-11 Green Bay with 8:20 left in the third. Green Bay then 4 plays, 63 yards. Love to Watson from 41 out to make it 21-11. Then at 21-14, Chicago 17-play, 83-yard drive. 5 third downs converted, none bigger than Caleb's quick hitter to Burden for 10 on 3rd and 8 at the Green Bay 15. 3 plays later, Caleb to Colston Loveland from 1 out, wide open. We're tied at 21 with 8 minutes left, and Green Bay responds. 8 plays, 65 yards. Jacobson from 2 accounts for 42 yards on the drive, 21-yard run on 3rd and 2 at the Chicago 28, the big one. 28-21 Packers. And then Chicago, with all their timeouts and the 2-minute warning, this was like, hey, Matt LaFleur, watch this for Ben Johnson. From their own 26, Caleb to Burden for 27 to start. 2 plays later to Devin Duvernay for 24. The 2-minute warning, they're at the Green Bay 23, down 7. 1st and 10, Monungai for 6, then 3, then stuffed. They didn't use a timeout till there was 27 seconds left. And then the 4th and inches, they had Caleb flushed out to the left and throwing across his body. It was ridiculous. And the Bears lose it. What was Ben Johnson doing? Guess on that one coming up on a numbers game right here at VSiN.
Got a good thing coming, just wait and see. It's a good.
Your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup. Then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VSiN.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network. A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Ready to boost your bankroll? Brocco's giving new depositors a 50% purchase bonus. Just use promo code VSiN when you sign up. Brocco's lines are live on our VSiN betting splits page. See where the action is moving before you bet. Turn your bonus into an edge with insight that matters. Go to Play Brocco, that's BRACCO, playbrocco.com today, and use promo code VSiN. Jeff Holdorf on Twitter. Pardon me, Kelly, but has anybody actually seen a barn engulfed in flames while watching a well-contested professional football contest? Thoughts to ponder. Love the show, guys. Awesome effort every day.
Man.
Talking about a barn burner. That's what he's talking about.
I've looked up the origin of that one, too, and I don't remember it already. Like, it wasn't that long ago.
What is Chris Hauser referring to when he says, no deal is going to be made? Some people may sell pieces or do swap. Oh, talking about Survivor. But there isn't going to be a deal. Well, a deal in the sense that they will come up with some kind of chop at some point and then play on as they do every year. I don't know why you would feel that would be different this year. Roger Jones, definitely the Golden Nugget and Caesar's Palace heated year-round pools. They have heated year-round pools as well.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. There's two. Yeah, Golden Nugget.
That's right. I knew that about Golden Nugget. Yeah.
You can walk around and you could see it always in operation. Okay, back to
we never talk about that place. It is a cool little property in town, you know?
It is.
I think like if I was out here longer than when I moved here, if I was out here 25 years ago, I would have much more appreciation for it.
Golden Nugget is where I stayed when I first met Crack. When Crack Cole called me,
That's
he goes,
right.
I'm going to put you up at a suite. You're going to ask for Rosemary. I'm like, who in the hell is this? What is happening? Actually, I knew Crack was at that point. Okay, back to the game. So it's Cleveland at Chicago. Let me just talk again about Chicago at Green Bay, because I cannot emphasize this enough. It was so strange by Matt LaFleur in terms of the usage of timeouts or lack of usage when the Bears had the ball in the first half to bring it down to 114. Literally let 40 seconds go by. It still worked out for him, right? Because they scored after the kickoff was short of the landing zone. But then the Bears had the ball with 2 minutes left and all of their timeouts at the Green Bay 23-yard line. And I get it. You want to milk it as much as possible because you don't want Jordan Love matriculating to get the field goal. But you go Monungai for 6, Monungai for 3, and then he's stuffed. And you have 27 seconds left before you use the first time out. And so at that point, 4th and short, even if you do get it, then all of a sudden it becomes way too harried of a situation. Yeah. And instead the play call they do is this fake handoff spinorama where Caleb is going against his body, and he has to throw it against his body. He's got Cole Kmet open in the end zone, but he's, because it's awkward throw, he throws it short. Keyshawn Nixon picks it off, and that's the ball game. I still thought that was a highly entertaining football game, and I thought the Bears comported themselves very well on the road at Green Bay, despite losing. This one, though, Cleveland at Chicago. Chicago minus 7.5. Got to be more than a touchdown.
Open places 7 and 7.5. I know I saw yesterday we are at a flat 7 pretty much.
Oh, wow. Now. It's a little surprising. Myles Garrett with another sack yesterday. All right, what's next?
Yeah, another sack. I mean, that defense, though. Ooh, Cleveland.
Yeah.
We made a big deal about it. Did you not listen to the show, Cleveland, on Thursday or Friday when we talked about you not being eliminated yet? Come on. What were you doing? Looks like the defense is on vacation now. All right, Sunday early window, Ravens at the Bengals.
Oh, boy. Yeah, remember when we thought this game might have some implications?
Yeah.
Well, it does for the Ravens still. The Bengals, you can Katie bar the door. It's over. Both of these teams lose yesterday, and both lose in dramatic fashion. First, the Ravens, who fall to 6 and 7, losing the battle for the AFC North lead to the Steelers. 3-0, Baltimore. Early first quarter, Pittsburgh, first play on offense. First and 10 at their own 35. Rodgers to DK Metcalf for 52. Whoa. Is this a Pittsburgh offense? 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. 7 plays later, after converting a 4th and 1 along the way, Rodgers in from 1. Did I mention he's 42? 7-3 Pittsburgh. Then it got to 10-3 Pittsburgh. Baltimore, 3rd and 4 at their own 32. Lamar picked by James Pierce. Pittsburgh set up at the Baltimore 36. Boswell chip shot field goal good. But an unnecessary roughness on Baltimore creates a 1st and goal to 6. They take the points off the board. Gainwell in from 6. One play, 17-3 Steelers. 6:05 left in the second quarter. And then Baltimore, after kickoff was short of the landing zone from their own 40, 60 yards. Lamar in from 6. 17-9, and Loop misses the extra point badly. Whenever that happens, is there a little voice in your head that goes, yeah, it's not meant to be? It's just even little moments of happiness can't be sustained.
No, it's always me yelling on the couch, and you know what I'm yelling every time. Sure, that won't come back to matter at all.
Pittsburgh then, second half, they get it up to 20-9. Baltimore, 3rd and 1 at their own 38. Keaton Mitchell for 55. 3 plays later, Lamar to Likely from 4 out, 20-16. Pittsburgh, halfway through the third. Pittsburgh would respond, though. 6 plays, 80 yards. Rodgers to Austin for 31 on 3rd and 5 from their own 25. Great pass by Aaron Rodgers. 3 plays later, Rodgers to Jalen Warren for 38. The D was nowhere to be found. 27-16 Pittsburgh, 3:30 left third quarter. All right, 27-19. You know where I'm going now. Early fourth quarter, 27-19. After Lamar misses Bateman wide open in the flat on the previous play, that's when they had to settle for the field goal to make it 27-19. Next time Baltimore had the ball from their own 32, Lamar to Zay for 35 to start. They convert a 4th and 1 of the Pittsburgh 24 with a Henry 4-yard run, but they have to settle for another loop field goal. 27-22. At this point now, Pittsburgh is just hanging on for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
Second straight 3 and out. Baltimore from their own 22. They're down 5 with 5:41 left, fourth quarter. 4th and 5 at their own 46. Lamar to Zay for 6. To Zay Flowers for 6. 3 plays later, to Zay for 33. Next play, Kelly, Lamar to Likely in the end zone from 13 out. Touchdown. Then reversed to not completing the catch. Now, I just want to say this. Y'all remember that game in Week 8 when Green Bay played the Pittsburgh Steelers? Yep. It was a 35-19 game. It was just north of the 2-minute warning. Rodgers went to Roman Wilson. And Wilson, backpedaling, caught the ball. Remember, the ball was above him. Mm-hmm. He was holding the ball with 2 hands above his head. And he was backpedaling, and he put 3 feet down. And they said, oh, that's a touchdown. And it was. This one yesterday, they were word salading their way to try to figure out how to explain this off football move. There's no football moves in the end zone. But just shy of his 3rd step, Likely got the ball dislodged. So just say that that's the differentiator. Don't go all into this other kind of explanation. Because I was like, didn't we just see that count as a touchdown somewhere else? Mm-hmm. But this was ruled no touchdown. By the way, Terry McCauley in the Roman Wilson one said that one should absolutely be a touchdown. This one they all got wrong. 4th and 5 of the Pittsburgh 8. Lamar incomplete intended for Andrews. They'd get the ball back again, though, after another 3 and out. Baltimore from their own 26 with 1:56 left in the fourth quarter, 1 timeout. They get it to the Pittsburgh 39 with 16 seconds left. Then at the 30 with 9 seconds left, Lamar sacked by Alex Highsmith. Ball game. What could have been. The Baltimore Ravens, can we just say this now? Because this one I did get right. The most consistently overrated team by a market for as long a period of time in any season as I can ever remember for any team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And then
it felt like that for a long time last year with San Francisco, but not to this level.
The priors on Baltimore just refused to be unstuck from them. And yet they still could get the playoffs. They still get it. Cincinnati's where they're traveling next week. Cincinnati loses to Buffalo. Maybe the game of the day. Cincinnati 14 plays, 67 yards through the snow. 4 third-down conversions. Chase Brown in from 5, 7-0 Bengals. 7-3 now. Cincinnati 6 plays, 55 yards. Burrow to Higgins from 21 out. 14-3 Bengals early second quarter. Buffalo 4th and 4. The Cincinnati 45. Allen scrambling to Davis for 17. Then 6 plays later, 4th and 4. The Cincinnati 11. Allen scrambling for dear life, has no chance. Somehow threads it through the Bengals into the end zone to Shakir. 14-9. Roughing the passer call. So from the 1, they go for 2. Allen and Knox is 14-11. Halfway through the second. Then Cincinnati, 69 yards, big PI, sets up Burrow to Chase Brown from 10 out. Great pass and catch. 21-11 Bengals at the half. Third quarter. Buffalo, 75 yards. Allen to Cook for 27 on 3rd and 3 at the Cincinnati 36. 2 plays later to Kincaid from 5 out. 21-18 Bengals. Next time Buffalo had the ball from their own 28. First goal to 2. Cook hit by DJ Turner. Fumbles. Recovered by Oren Burke. And at that point you thought, wow, is Cincinnati going to win this ball game after a play like that? And sure enough, Cincinnati goes 12 plays, 75 yards. Burrow to Gesicki from 12 out after a big 18-yard hookup with Higgins on 3rd and 6, 2 plays earlier. 28-18 Bengals, 8:44 left in the ballgame. Kelly, they're up 10 with 8:44 left.
What could go wrong?
I'll tell you what. Buffalo, 4 plays, 68 yards. Allen in from 40. 28-25 Bengals, 7:33 left. Then Cincinnati, 1st and 10, the Buffalo 33. Play of the game. Burrow tries to shoved the ball over, like put the ball over
So
to Jamar.
weird. Yeah.
Picked by Christian Benford, 63 yards to the house, and Buffalo takes the lead 32-28 with 5:25 left. And then the first play of the next drive, 1st and 10, their own 34. Burrow picked by Epinesa. Buffalo set up at the Cincinnati 29, 4th and goal to 3. They eschew the Prater chip shot field goal, no pass rush at all. Allen to Jackson Hawes, touchdown, 39-28 with 3:03 left. The Bengals would get within the number, though. 4 plays, 66 yards. Burrow to Gesicki for 37. One-handed snag to start. Burrow to Higgins, one-handed catch. Beautiful catch. Maybe the catch of the day. To end from 25 out, 39-34 with 2:13 left. 2-point drive fumbled away, though. And then Buffalo, after Cincinnati kicks away with 1 timeout and 2-minute warning, they end up with a 3rd and 15 at their own 25, and Allen goes for 17. Ball game. What a finish. From 10 down to going up 2 scores before they win it by 5. I'll say Cincinnati minus 1.5 hosting Baltimore.
Nope, we've got Ravens favored in this game. Still, 2.5.
Ooh, we got to talk about that next.
VSiN's player prop projection tool is now available for the NBA. Get projections for points, assists, rebounds, and more powered by Opta AI. On VSiN.com/NBA props, we line up our projections against the latest DraftKings odds so you can quickly spot mismatches and find value before the market adjusts. The NBA player prop projections tool is available exclusively to VSiN Pro subscribers. Check it out now at VSiN.com/NBA props and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Join the guru, John Hansen, at the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports on Prop Points, only on VSiN.
Lesson number 1, Patty's back. I still believe that Caleb Williams is not any good. And, other than Rome Odunze, I don't trust anyone that can't run the ball.
John and his guests will help you find the connection between the two and give you his expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points, weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on VSiN.
Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Back on A Numbers Game, live from Circle Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. Gil Alexander, it's my little buddy Kelly Biddle and everybody alongside here at the lovely Circle Resort Casino. We get tweets of beating the book Roger Jones. Oh, excuse me, I already read that one. 3Jack H3131, pardon me. Gil, do you think Katie barred the barn door before engulfing it in flames? Probably put her foot in the ground and headed for green grass afterwards. Also, shout out to Dr. Bob, yes, for the Cincy Bills over 53.5 winner. That was a great handicap from Bob on Friday, who basically said, look, snow helps the offense. It's about 1 point more in favor of the offense. Never believe people when they tell you that that's good for the defense in terms of scoring. Jason Stark, you guys know about my allegiance. I told my wife after the game, he's a Steelers fan is what he means. He says, I told my wife after the game, quote, the refs gave us one today. At least they can't take it away from us in the standings. If I was a Ravens fan, I'd be extremely pissed right now. It's just let's put it this way.
It's inconsistency.
It's inconsistent, and they do a terrible job of explaining things. Because, again, if they just said, well, likely didn't get the third foot down is the difference between that and the Roman Wilson play from, however many weeks ago, then it's a very simple explanation. But instead they do this football move thing. There are no football moves in the end zone when you're standing like that. It's feet down. You don't have to go forward for a football move, right? So it's just, and by the way, the ground causing is a totally different set of rules. But just everything with replay assists yesterday, which we'll get into, it was just a horrible day of officiating inconsistency, and it only leads to the conclusion or the final sentence that I've said for many years, which is, we bet on this stuff. Like, it's just insane that we are betting on stuff where you have no idea from game to game how they're gonna blow the whistle or not.
Yeah, man, perfectly said. Look, there's gonna be some. I think there's gonna be some endings we're gonna talk about here where I think people are getting too upset about that.
Yes, there's that too.
That likely catch, man. If I'm a Ravens fan, Ravens backer in that situation, it's you summed it up perfectly, Gil. We only ask for consistency, right? And the problem is that you start to learn of what they're going to call in the end zone, and that's, like, I just watched it a few more times during the last break. It's ball caught, multiple feet in before a hand ends up coming in and punches that out. Like, no, as soon as that's catch in the end zone, it's over. It's done.
And beyond that play,
that's what we've been told.
I mean, beyond that play, remember the Broncos-Skins game from last week, Sunday Night Football, where Terry McAulay on 2 consecutive plays, right? Yeah. False start on McLaurin, and then that's not intentional grounding at all. On the next play to Mariota, if an official, a guy who was an official for decades, who's now consulting the broadcast, has no idea what you're doing, and vice versa, by the way, where they often get it wrong too. I don't know what we're doing.
The problem is you bring the thing full circle of I don't know what a catch is, right? Because it's you know what, I've got a pretty good idea. This is where the likely thing comes in. Going into that game yesterday, I would have said, you know what, I've got a pretty good idea of what a catch is in the regular field of play, Gil. And I've got a pretty good idea of what a catch is in the end zone. As ridiculous as it is, I've got a pretty good idea. And then that likely play happens and goes, I don't know. Never mind, I don't know.
I'll take it one step further. Kelly, when we were 8 years old, we knew what a catch was.
It's always that.
And now we don't know.
No, it's always that.
Colin Murphy, I said the same exact thing about the Ravens yesterday that you did, Gil. The best comp I have is Baylor and Virginia Tech in college football. Take money every week and don't come close to covering the number. I'll happily fade every week. Roger Jones, glad you guys like the Nugget Pool. Very underrated with water slide through the Shark Tank. Yeah. Tom K, agree on the Ravens never being adjusted. I feel the same way about the Chiefs this year. Classic must-win game with higher line than you'd expect, but don't win. Tronsky, hey, Kelly, isn't it just like the NBA to really take advantage of the end of college football regular season and squeeze in 3 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow, and 2 games Wednesday for Thursday? Who's running this outfit? Is this a week off, Gil?
NBA Cup, bro. Got to get pumped, man. NBA Cup starts tomorrow night.
It is ridiculous. And Rockette Morton, this will be in my college football rant later, what you're saying right now. It goes, BYU, soundly defeated in a championship game by a top 4 team. Relegated to the outer darkness. Alabama, soundly defeated in a championship game by a top 4 team. Doesn't fall outside the top 10. Oh, we'll get into all of that after guessing lines. About that, the Ravens-Bengals. And I just guessed the Bengals 1.5, and you told me it's the Ravens minus 2.5. Why? Why are the Ravens a road favorite against the Bengals? What have they done in any of this to suggest that they should be a road favorite here?
Nothing, Gil.
Thank you.
We hit on it earlier. It's they've been constantly rated higher than...
I'll say it again.
Than they should be.
I believe, I don't remember, maybe I'm prisoner of the moment, Because maybe there was a team that I'm forgetting about in the past. Maybe it was another version of this Ravens team, for all I know. Or
that Niners team last year
maybe
felt like they were power rated too high almost every week.
And I'm the guy who said at 1-5, I think they could make the playoffs still. But then remember at 6-5, I'm like, I don't think they're making the playoffs because nothing in that 5-game winning streak proved anything.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew. I think Drew said it last week about this game on his pod. It doesn't even matter anymore what you have their opponent power rated at. It just matters where you have the Ravens power rated at.
It's very strange. Next.
All right, next up, early window Chargers at Chiefs.
Anyway, so I just bet the Bengals. That's my first bet. Chargers at the Chiefs, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Chargers play tonight. They play the Eagles. I kind of lean under. Haven't bet it yet. We'll see. So Chargers sight unseen in this one next week against the Chiefs. The Chiefs yesterday, for those who watched it, were we watching the end of the Chiefs dynasty? The final nail in the coffin. Not mathematically, but it sure felt that way. Kansas City against Houston last night. First play from scrimmage, Kelly. Left tackle Wanye Morris. Hurt. I could make an on-bended knee joke there for those who know what I'm talking about, but the poor guy got hurt, so I'm not going to do it. Houston, second drive, first play, 1st and 10 their own 33. Stroud to Collins for 46. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10 at the Kansas City 21. Stroud to Higgins for 9. Replay assist comes in and says it was a first down. That he got 10 yards, not 9 yards. KC says, you know what, replay assist? I don't think you're right.
That's weird.
I'm going to challenge replay assist. Guess what? Replay assist overturned 4th and inches at the KC 12. And then Cade Stover gets the first, but Houston is ruled offside by a human ref, and replay assist is nowhere to be found because I don't think it looked offside.
Yeah.
That was, of all the refereeing, all the officiating sequences of the day, and I'm talking everything we saw, that was the most bizarro of anything all weekend.
So you know what my biggest question coming out of that was how, why would you institute replay assist and allow it to be challenged then?
Well, this is the point.
Shouldn't that be the overriding, we saw it, it's clear.
There's many levels here.
Let's clear this all up for everybody.
One, we were never told about all the applications of replay assist, nor were we told that when it was coming onto the scene. We were just it was kind of like after that, replay assist. What? We were never told when it's applied. Then yes, you are correct, Kelly. We were then led to believe that replay assist is basically the voice of God, meaning that it had to be clear and obvious, right? A clear and obvious mistake by a human on the field. The replay assist will come in, hey, you're wrong. It's this.
Right, yes.
But instead, last night, it was proven that it is, in fact, fallible.
That it's just it's another guy making a call. Guy.
And the guys on the sidelines, meaning the Chiefs, were like, hey, you know what, guy, I don't think you're right. And they were right that they were wrong. Does this make any sense?
Yeah, I don't even, the stones it takes to even challenge that, right? I'd be like, there's no way. They're going to uphold it just to uphold their own system.
Well, and then just the next play, when they said the Texans were offside, I don't know that they were, and there was no replay assist to be found. Anyway, They settled for a field goal, 3-0 Texans. Then the Texans from their own 10 would have been a 3-and-out, but a phantom defensive holding call on 3rd extends the drive, and instead they matriculated 90 yards in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Stroud to Collins for 53, the big one. 3 plays later on 3rd and goal, Stroud to Marks from 9 out, uncovered. 10-0 Texans. 9:24 left in the second quarter. Kansas City, 2nd and 9 at their own 36. Mahomes intended for Juju, batted up by Jalen Petre, who runs around the receiver and catches it before he hits the turf. What a pick. Kansas City, next time they had the ball from their own 3, Butker, 43-yard field goal try, doinks off the right upright. It's 10-0 Texans at the half. Code red for the Chiefs. But in the second half, Steve Spagnuolo brought it with that Chiefs defense. Houston 3-and-out. Kansas City then from their own 44. 8 plays, 56 yards. Mahomes to Hollywood Brown for 35 to start. 7 plays later, 4th and 1 at the Houston 2. Danielle Hunter has Hunt, but Hunt plows through him. Touchdown. 10-7 Houston. 9:52 left third quarter. Houston 3-and-out. Kansas City. Houston 3-and-out a third time in the half. Kansas City set up at the Houston 48. Butker, 36-yard field goal to tie the game at 10 apiece, late third quarter. After a 3rd and 2 short pass, by the way, hit Kareem Hunt in the face. Houston, another 3-and-out. Then Kansas City, after Rashee Rice was destroyed by Jalen Petre on 1st and 10 at their own 38. 2 plays later, first play, 4th quarter. 3rd and 6 at their own 42. Mahomes picked deep by Kamari Lassiter. Just heaved it downfield, acted like a punt. Houston then tie game from their own 16. Karlaftis sacked Stroud on 2nd down. At that moment, The Texans were staring at 5 straight 3-and-outs and -9 total second-half yards. But 3rd and 17 at their own 9, Stroud to Jaden Higgins for 17. They still punt 4 plays later after Jalen Watson sticks Jalen Noel for a 1-yard gain on 3rd and 2. Kansas City now tie game, 4th play, 4th and 1 at their own 31, Kelly. The decision that will live in infamy, which we will talk about after the break. This play, if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, is where we can all trace not just the game, but to this play call, where the Chiefs decided to go for it